Let's continue the NBA conversation. Kevin Durant has some strong words about the NBA Combine going on right now in Chicago. Durant's message to prospects: stay your at home and work on your game yourself. Now, Durant didn't have a great experience at the Combine. He recalls strength coaches laughing at him because he could not put up 185 pounds on the bench press. KD says he still doesn't do too good on the bench press, but he knew in terms of his offensive skill set, nobody could touch him. You buying what Durant is selling to the youngsters coming out of college?
Absolutely, for a high percentage of them.
Okay.
And in this year's draft, we're talking about the first 10 picks, so done. We're talking about, the middle to the late first round. You got to go. If you think there's a chance you're going to be a second-round pick, then you have to go to this. You got to put all your cards. You got to push all in. You measure my hand. You want to do interviews. You want to check my belt size. Whatever you want to do, I'm going to completely lay it all out on the line because you want to get into that first round because a first-round contract is guaranteed money. Now, if you're one of the first 10 guys and you're going to be, there's no point of going. I get where he's saying. When he came out was my senior year.
Okay.
So I played against Greg Oden when Greg was at Ohio State. Obviously, they lost the national championship game to Florida. And I was just making that transition into broadcasting. So the first question everyone would ask me is, well, who would you take in the draft?
Oden or Durant?
And I said, you have to take Greg Oden.
Big man. Build around the big man.
What
right?
an idiot. What an idiot.
You weren't the only one. I mean, because the Portland Trailblazers took Greg Oden.
I know.
So, they thought that was the right decision as well.
I think as we get older, that may be the biggest coup ever. It's Ryan Leaf, Peyton Manning stuff.
Yeah.
That's the real comparison. Now, Leaf didn't get hurt. Oden just could never end up getting healthy. I took a shot in college. Greg Oden jumped to block it, and the hoop just went away. And I remember I shot it. I went, wow, I really hope it hits the rim.
Right.
Because I was staring at his belly button. I shot it. It got over his hand, and I was like, man, I hope that I missed it.
Yeah.
But I remember thinking the hoop just disappeared.
On the flip side, though, I see what you're saying and what Durant is saying. But what about wanting to compete, though? Because you're going to have the top guys that are coming out, and you want to show that I never back down from a challenge against the best of the best, my peers. I want to show that I'm the cream of the crop. I'm a cut above, and I am the guy.
I think that's a mentality you have to have. I think some guys have it. I don't think as many guys nowadays have it. I think everyone wants the easy way out. I know I want to go there. I know what you're saying, like the Isaiah Thomases, the Charles Barkleys, the Dennis Rodmans, the old school type of guys. They'd be like, yeah, let's do MJ. Like, yeah, let's go and suit up. But I'm not really sure if that's the best business decision because there's more to lose than to gain. Now, a guy like Harry Giles, he could have been a top 5 pick out of high school. He goes to Duke, gets bounced around, gets injured. He's got a lot to prove.
Okay.
He can go there and really improve his stock if he shows he can guard the pick and roll, if he can bury the jump shot. But watching that scrimmage today at the Combine, I feel bad for everyone out there. You think anyone out in the Combine scrimmage is trying to help anybody else?
Not at all.
Set a screen, get a guy an open look. It's just like, it was a disaster.
It's a free fall.
When I'm watching, it wasn't even basketball.
Yeah, I heard one of the GMs say, you might not get the shots. It's hard to get into a flow, but your effort, your intensity, that's some of the things they're looking at because to your point.
Because the basketball's horrible.
Yeah, hands down. So you have to kind of look at the intangibles if you're a GM to try to help you out.